So this might be a familiar sight. It might be a surprise to most of you. Well, it shouldn't be a surprise to most of you. Ooh, welcome friends to a new episode of Lineage 2. Hanging out today on the classic Gludio server. Gludio Classic coming at you. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day. I'm Clobberstomp. And yeah, last episode was obviously a little bit trying. And I'm struggling as a warlord. I'm struggling with having a box. I just don't... There's certain things that I guess I'm just used to doing and things that I'm not used to doing. And I figured it was time to get back to our roots. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of the leveling up and starting stuff, except for this first part here. But the next time you see me, we're going to be probably at the point where we were with our warlord, level 20, early 20s. And let's get back to what I know and what I feel comfortable with, and let's get down to the basics. One of the things that I want to talk about is why I decided to do this, but we'll leave that until after we get back to square one. Hang tight. All right, we are back finally. I'm level 18, as you can see. One of the things I wanted to talk about briefly was we're up here in the mining zone, the northern mining zone area. And we are just doing some dwarven stuff. I do also have Nalia with me. As you can see, my prophet, or will be prophet at some point. I have her on auto follow. And then what I do is I just flip over to her, and then when I need a heal and do that. So there might be some jump cuts and things like that here, but we'll work through it as we need to. I have this figured out a lot better than the warlord. And the reason for the change is that I like playing a warlord. I'm not very good at it, obviously. I'm learning it. And it's not even a warlord yet, honestly. It's just a warrior still, but I thought long and hard the last week or two about what I wanted to do after that one video and said, is this the end of Classic? And I decided that if it came back within 2 weeks, that I would continue to play, and if it didn't, then I would stop. So that's a thing. All right, now let's heal. So we're gonna do it like this. Bam. We'll get just 2 heals in here, and then I just double click and go to auto follow again. Bam. Alright, so I have to like stop recording and then start recording and stop recording and start recording, so it's kind of a thing. It's a process, but I think I've got it figured out. I did some practicing. It might not be smooth, but there might be some cuts and going back and forth, but you guys get the idea. But the reason for the change is I asked myself long and hard during that 2 weeks whether or not I was coming back, was what do I want to play? And by that I mean, what do I want to play later, and what is my goal for later in the game? And one of the things I came up with was I want to make money. I want to be a rich person in the game. And I've always enjoyed playing dwarves. So I decided that since dwarves make money and spoiling is a thing, that I'm going to go back to my roots and play my normal main character. I like making Adina. I like working and playing with the market. I like buying things in the market and reselling them. I enjoy that part of the game more so than the actual grinding and leveling and doing that sort of thing. So I thought, well, okay, that's what we're gonna do. I know what I need to do now. I need to abandon the warlord and kind of come back to this. Ooh, that's a good screenshot. This is a good screenshot too. So that's what I decided to do, and that's what we're gonna do. So I know this might disrupt people and they might be upset about it or whatever, but yeah, we lost a little bit of progression, but I figure it's okay. This is a completely different area. We haven't seen this in this series yet. Yes, it's a little bit more low level, but I feel like we'll be able to progress better. I feel more confident with the character, and ooh. Oh, that was close. That was super close. So yeah, my confidence level is much higher, and we're good. I feel pretty confident and good about this. So I did move all my stuff over. I have gathered some Brigadine gauntlets and Brigadine boots. I'm still working on selling the glaive. I would like to trade it straight up for a bone breaker, but I haven't seen any bone breakers. And this past weekend, I did try to get a +3 from somebody, but they weren't having the trade, so I don't have the money to pay for it outright. So I might have to sell that, and we might have to then try to buy one on the market. So if anybody knows about a bone breaker, I'd be happy to do a trade or figure something out with that. Just let me know. I do have my D-grade jewels. I've also got my Theka gear, or I'm sorry, not Theka, my Manticore gear, which I'm trying to sell. I'd like to sell it as a full set so I can get the Brigadine set. But I had a chance to buy 2 of the pieces outright, so I did. And I thought they were a fair price. So I did some looking on the market, and it seemed like it was a pretty decent deal. So I did okay. And that's one thing I do kind of understand is pricing and making money in Adina with the spoilers. So I thought, you know, this is the best way to go. You know, why not? Why kind of fight it? And I was thinking that, you know what, it'd be a good idea to play something new that we haven't seen on the channel. And you know what, that's great and all. We'll save that for higher level, you know, higher rate servers, because we can then try that stuff and it's not as much of a process, or, well, maybe not a process, but a challenge to get to where we need to go. So we can get there faster. We can decide whether or not we like the character much easier, like on Play an Error or something. So with Classic, we're going to stick with what we know, and we understand a spoiler more so than anything in the game. So I feel like that's probably a good option. I'm getting a lot of good screenshots here. Get that heal going. Oh, yeah. Oh, make sure to auto-follow. Okay. So we're obviously contending with a few people here. So that's going to be a thing. But they might be gone. They've all got, like, moon armor and stuff. So we're going to be getting into that at some point soon, too. Which I will be very excited about. The reason I did this too is, one, I had a full day to get caught up, and I got to level 18 in one day. So I thought, you know what, it'd be a good idea to maybe show off the scavenger quest, which is what we'll do when we get there. But I figured, you know what, I don't want to put off recording anymore, so we're going to kind of start from here as like the new kickoff to the series, or whatever you want to call it, like the rebirth, so to speak. Rebirth. So I think that's what we'll go with. So that's kind of some of my reasons for that. If some of you guys do know or have people that have some of those items that I'm looking for, like I'm looking for Brigadine, and I'm also looking for a bone breaker that we can trade this glaive in for, that would be good. I mean, the glaive will work, but it is a little bit slower than having a bone breaker, and I'm not going to be doing as much training until after level 40, so the glaive is kind of useless to us. I mean, it works, but I think since I'm more of a smash and grab type of person and I want to spoil everything, that this might be a better option for us. So I'll get the bone breaker and we'll be good. I mean, I guess I could also go with a Tabar, but I mean, that would give us a surplus of money. So I'm sitting at like 750,000, which is not too bad. But I do have quite a few things to sell. I've got a lot of recipes here that I've collected so far. I've been trying to sell those on the market. They haven't gone yet, but I'm guessing they will at some point. All right, let's get our heals in. Bam, heal. Bam, 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 heal. Double heal. Bam, bam. And double hollow follow. And we're back. Okay. Yeah, we got a few more minutes here. But I've got this figured out. It's going to be a little choppy with the back and forth between the two. But for recording purposes, I think we're going to be okay. I wanted to show kind of the process, so that's why I have a few of those cuts where we show the healing. But you guys get it. You guys understand kind of what it is like to run a box. I'm not a fan of running a box, but in Classic you kind of have to. You don't really have a choice. I also decided to continue with my Prophet because I think those buffs are the best. Yes, I understand we don't have recharge, so I won't be getting... When I'm out of being able to spoil, I'm out of being able to spoil, which... Okay, that's fine. I'm not... I play so casually that it's really not going to matter or affect me as much as if I was a grinding hardcore person. And if I was a hardcore person, I would have an SE, I would have a War Crier or a Blade Dancer, and I would have a Prophet. So, yeah, I get it. It's a little bit different, but, you know, I'm not that type of player. So, I'm picking the best one that I think will be most beneficial for us later, and I think the Prophet buffs will be far superior than many of the others, actually. So, I know some of you guys are going to be like, no, that's not right. You should still have an SE. I'm not just getting the SE just because I need recharge. You know, I think that the Prophet buffs would be better later. So, I went with the best one out of the group. Actually, a War Crier is probably best, but it's probably a horse apiece, really, depending on how you do it. But it'd be nice to have them all. I know some buffers run like a Blade Dancer, a War Crier, a Prophet, and an SE, which is just good job for you guys. I can't do that. Get our heals on. Bam. I'm not going to show this in the next videos. I'm just going to do it, and you'll just see the cut. So, okay. All right, let's smash a few more. We'll get one more smashing session in. I think we're almost out of our buff, so that's kind of led ourselves to right around the 20-minute mark or whatever. I think we're close. Give me that. Yeah. So yeah, we're just going to continue on. As you can see, we've got a decent amount of XP. We're doing okay. I just have the 7-day set that you get from the quest. Oh. We'll just pop that off. I'm still using the Viper Fang, but I am ready. I've got the stuff up and ready. I do have that Novice deal too, but it's not as good as the Viper Fang, so we're just using that. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I feel a lot more comfortable in the game at this point. So I know some of you this probably isn't a surprise. You're probably wondering why I didn't start this way. You know, I really, Foresight being what it is, I didn't really think about that. I thought, oh, it's going to be classic, whatever. It's going to be fun. We'll just try a new character. It's a good idea. No, it's classic. I forgot. Well, not forget, but like, you don't really think about like trying to learn things later in classic. I just expected to be like, oh yeah, it's just like running a spoiler, you know? It's not. It's really not. I know I'm using these, but it's just because I don't want to do the click back and forth. I'll click back and forth a lot more when I'm higher level. But yeah, so that's it, guys. We've done it. We've made it. We did it. We are now here and working as a spoiler. Well, we're a spoiler now. We're just a dwarf lord person now. But all right, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please stomp the like button. It really helps me out. I really appreciate you guys watching and continuing the series, even though we kind of had to take a few steps back to go more forward. So we're going to do that. It's going to be a good time. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are as excited as me. I am. It's going to be a good time. We're going to do all the spoiling. We're going to do all the selling. We're going to make some money. It's going to be nice. As always, please like and share on your favorite social media. I'll catch you guys in the next episode, and I look forward to reading all your comments down below. Peace out, everybody.